Joel 1 and verse 15. Alas, for the day of the Lord is at hand, and as a destruction from the Almighty shall it come. Kal halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachach, double honors to the apostles of great millstone, where I learned this truth from. Peace and salutations, their brothers on down, teaching, preaching, pushing this gospel, good news to four corners of the earth, waking up the hopeful elect of the house of Israel. Greeting also to the few elect ladies that tune into these video epistles, just getting a bit distracted at the start of this lesson here. We're calling the lesson part 2. This is not a test. There's a fire in the building. Playtime soon done. The Most High, whose name is Yahweh, his only begotten Son, is Yahweh Shai. He's just not joking. People are dropping left and right. It's happening, it's happening. The scripture said, alas, I looked up this word, I'm not sure I ever looked it up. Alas, for the day of the Lord is at hand. Let's look it up here. It's got a few words here associated with this. Alas. We see it in the scriptures often. It's used to express sorrow, grief, regret, compassion, apprehension of danger or evil. That word evil there meaning a bad time. Fire is coming to the earth, especially America, Babylon the Great, and all the confusion is putting out there. Which bathroom should we use? We don't know. It's all confusion. The only thing that can solve it is fire by way of nuclear war and the chariot laser fire that's going to come and cleanse the land. It's wickedness. Let's turn the pages here of the book. Let's get Isaiah 9 and 5. For every battle of the warriors with confused noise. They used to be all, up in each other's faces, back and forth with swords and what have you. Man on man combat. Well, now listen to this. For every battle of the warriors with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. But this is referring to World War III. This shall be where burning and fuel of fire. It's coming, it's coming. There's a fire in the building. Get ready. All the madness that's been put out there. A great cleansing is en route. It's already started. Let's get Revelation 17. Let's get a couple of these verses here. This is a pact with the end of this man's rulership. What man? It's Esau, Edom, calling himself the white man. He's in rulership. This is the second leg of the Roman Empire. If you can't see who it is, you're not supposed to. We're right at the end of this thing. Instead of these stupid debates, you'll be speaking about prophecy and telling the children of Israel, who are the true children of the Most High, calling us blacks, niggers, Negroes, Hispanic, Native Americans, Indians, all kind of foolishness. We're the true children of Israel, and the world is going to find out real soon. Where am I? Revelation 17, I think was going to go from 15. And he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. This is the angel explaining the parable that John the Revelator was seeing. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. What's all this? It's the EU nations. They're calling themselves white people. These are all Edomites, and NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. That's the bullying wing that they use to go around. This is a great thug in the earth, and sitting on top of them is the whore Babylon the Great. It's America. All of these nations are controlled by Edomites. This is the Roman Empire. If you can't see, you've been blinded. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. It's already happening. They hate the whore, which is America, and they're going to turn them and shall make her desolate and naked, and eat her flesh and burn her with fire. That's what's getting ready to happen. Playtime well and truly over. The gloves are off. The Most High is making moves. Get Micah Micah. We give double honors to our apostles and elders for the diligent work. I had no clue. I had a book in my hand for decades at what all these verses, what it's all speaking about. It's the same thing. Micah 5. 7 and 8, the downfall of this man. And the remnant of Jacob shall be in the midst of many people, as a dew from the Lord, as the showers upon the grass, that tarrieth not for man, nor waiteth for the sons of men. And the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles. See, you got this new religion where they've taken out the children of Israel, and everybody is a everybody thing. They don't care about any remnants. Say, oh, we're all Gentiles, we're all heathen. Once you call on this new character, this Jebus JC guy, you just call on him, you believe it, and you'll be okay. Doesn't matter. There's none of this business about, oh, there's going to be kings and priests in the earth, and everyone's going to be under the... No, they're not going to be subject to anyone. Everyone's going to be the same. This is what Catholicism means, universal. But this is not in the scripture. They've got a new religion. The remnant of Jacob is the 1/3 that is being woken up. They're the only ones that's going to make it. The rest are going to have to feel the flames of fire. Death by pain. The remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles in the midst of many people, as a lion among the beasts of the forest, as a young lion among the flocks of the sheep, who if he go through, both treadeth down and teareth in pieces, and none can deliver. The everybody doctrine, you can keep that. Not for me. Refer to ourselves as the hopeful elect. Let's get Proverbs 31 or 3 verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, which is who? Who's the oppressor? Who's the oppressor? You can't see who it is? You don't know? You can't come to it? Oh, the 4 major empires to rule. Which one are we in? Can't you see who's calling the shots? Who's the one telling you to roll up your sleeve and take this? Oh, no, it doesn't matter. Oh, we changed our mind after you've already done it. Now people are dropping like flies all around you. Death and destruction. And it's getting worse. The Most High is ramping it up. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. For the froward is abomination to the Lord, but his secret is with the righteous. Listen to verse 33. The curse of the Lord is in the house of the wicked. Who's that? Malachi 1 and 4 tells you it's Esau, Edom. He is cursed. Got that leprous look, no melanin in his skin, thin lip, pointy nose, but string dog-like hair. Flat backside, no rhythm. A man is a fool, he said. There is no God. The curse of the Lord is in the house of the wicked, but he blesseth the habitation of the just. This is Jacob. Let's get a few verses here from Jeremiah. Non-stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Jeremiah 50. Let's bounce around here. Let's get 1 and 2 to begin with. This is packed. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon, which is who? It's America. This is a modern day Babylon. Ancient Babylon is still standing. There's millions of people living there. That's in Iraq. And against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me, a destroying wind. What's that? Nuclear nightmare that is coming, and will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. Let's jump to verse 5. For Israel hath not been forsaken, nor Judah of his God. This is the tribes, the kingdom back together, southern, northern kingdom of the Lord of hosts. Though their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel, flee out of the midst of Babylon, and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. It's near. He will render unto her a recompense. Pay back. What about let bygones be bygones? It's not in the book. He said he's gonna get you for what you done against his people, the apple of his eye. That's who we are, the true children of Israel, not those gutter rats over there. The scab's being peeled off. You've been laid bare. It's obvious that it can't be you. In our land, Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. Yes, yes, yes. And made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad, and that's why they're going to come against America, which is Babylon the Great. Ezekiel 22. Let's go from 20. Ezekiel 22 and 20, as they gather silver and brass and iron and lead and tin into the midst of the furnace to blow the fire upon it to melt it, so will I gather you in mine anger and in my fury, and I will leave you there and melt you. Yea, I will gather you and blow upon you in the fire of my wrath, and ye shall be melted in the midst thereof. This is speaking about the 2/3 in the house of Israel who just them can't take no telling. They don't want to be told. They want to have a good time. They're planning for all these decades into the future under this man's system. What man? It's the same man. They're happy. The white man, they want him to continue rulership. They just want a little bit of the pie. They're prepared to do anything to be under this man. And tell them about this truth, about leadership and kingship and priesthood and righteousness in there. They're not interested. They just give me a job and I just want a car and a house. So this aimed at you. You can't be told this truth is not for you. As silver is melted in the midst of the furnace, so shall ye be melted in the midst thereof. And ye shall know that I, the Lord, is all caps, Yahweh, have poured out my fury upon you. You're gonna get it. You can't be told. Your mouth is flapping. Verse 25, there is a conspiracy of her prophets in the midst thereof. Can't we see this conspiracy right now? Lie after lie. Like a roaring lion ravening the prey, they have devoured souls. They have taken the treasure and precious things. They have made her many widows in the midst thereof. See that? Her priests have violated my law and have profaned mine holy things. They have put no difference between the holy and profane, neither have they shown difference between the unclean and the clean, and have hid their eyes from my Sabbaths, and I am profaned among them. They're doing their own thing. They got their hats on while prophesying. They're making up stuff as they go along. They don't want to be corrected. They can't be told the truth. It's not for them. Fire is coming. This is not a test. Where am I going to go to next? Thing we go back to Zephaniah, I think. Zephaniah. I think we had from 1. About this day of the Lord, verse 14, the day of the Lord is near, it is near, and hasteth greatly, even the voice of the day of the Lord. The mighty man shall cry there bitterly. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. Why? Because the smoke from the nuclear weapons is going to go way up into the sky. It's going to blot out the sunlight. It's going to be thick darkness. A day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. And I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord. And their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung shit. So you understand? Neither shall their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath. But the whole land, what land? Especially Babylon the Great, and Israel is going to get it. These two are going to be totally destroyed. Israel will be rebuilt, but Babylon the Great, America, is going to be laid desolate forever, only inhabited by desert creatures. But the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, for he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. Destruction is coming. You're gonna get it. The Most High ain't joking. Amos 5:18, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. See, this is everywhere. If your eyes have been opened, your eyesalves have been rubbed with the oil, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him. Imagine this. Or went into the house to get away and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark, and no brightness in it? Why are you desiring the day of the Lord? What is it to you? Let's get back to Ezekiel here, 30:1-3. The word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus saith Yahweh power, howl ye, woe is destruction worth the day, for the day is near, even the day of the Lord is near, a cloudy day, it shall be the time of the heathen. The natural heathens, the other 17 nations, they are the heathen. Got to get into some of the history and realize that we were sometimes referred to as the heathen. Get that? We're not going to go to that now. Corinthians, Paul speaks on this. Ye were heathen. Ye were Gentiles. Amongst them, mixed up, confused, didn't know who we are, didn't know who we were. But now we've been awoken to our true identity. And a mystery has been revealed as to who is this man of perdition, the man of sin, the wicked. If you can't accept it, you can't acknowledge who is your oppressor, maybe it's all too late and this is lost on you. Where am I? Zechariah 14:12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand up on their feet. What can cause this? And their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. Just the thought of this is a petrifying thought. It's nuclear weapons, and it can do this from many, many miles away. It doesn't have to fall outside your house or anywhere near you standing. Miles away, it can totally destroy. We saw what happened with Nagasaki and Hiroshima. And we understand the weapons they have now are hundreds, if not thousands of times more powerful. The scripture says, I think it's Isaiah 54:16, 17, somewhere there. I have given you the smith, the waster to destroy. These are the men who make nuclear weapons and all the other weapons. This ingenuity is coming from on high, so that this man can destroy himself. Back to Revelation 18. We're going to jump around here. Let's go 4-6 to begin with. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, is reached as the ultimate. And the Most High hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. In the cup which she had filled, fill to her double. You're getting ready for 1,000 years of slavery. And Esau Edom, calling himself the white man, is getting ready to go headlong. First crop of slavery, slaves. That's what you're going to be in servitude. The Yahushua is coming to subdue the whole earth. It doesn't matter whether you accept it or not. It doesn't matter. So what if some did not believe? We don't care. It doesn't matter. It's not for you. This is only for the elect of the house of Israel. Just jump to verse 17 here. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every ship master And all the company in ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, What city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads, and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas. Remember, he read the definition. Sorrow, grief. That's what they're expressing when you say that. Regret, compassion, and apprehension of danger or evil. Remember that. Alas, alas, that great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour is she made desolate. We saw Russia, Gog, Magog, Medes in the scriptures, boasting that they can do away with, I think, one side of America. In 1 hour, they can just get rid of it with their weapons. Fire is coming, rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets. Why? For the Most High, whose name is Yahweh, hath avenged you on her. So much for let bygones be bygones. Got this madness talking about so-called Black History Month. Why don't you just shut up and get on with it? Pull up your bootstraps like we done. We came here with nothing, and now we've got this, this, and this. You can do the same. All lies. They don't want you to focus on the lies, the robbery, the theft, murder, pillage, rape. Hundreds of years of oppressive social policies. Filled up the airwaves with their madness, written books, got movies, cartoons, everything, music, sports, the whole lot. It's a disease. That's what this man is. Leprosy. Set up adverse to all that is righteous. Where am I? Revelation 18. I think we're going to jump to 23. And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived, but no more. And in her was found the blood of prophets and of saints, who are all Hebrew Israelites. Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, yes, yes, yes. And in her was found the blood of prophets and of saints and of all that were slain upon the earth. You're going to get yours. Let's wrap up with one of my favorites. Haven't read this for a while. Let's get it. Isaiah 66. Let's start at 13. As one whom his mother comforteth, so will I comfort you. And ye shall be comforted in Jerusalem. And when ye see this, your heart shall rejoice, and your bones shall flourish like an herb, and the hand of the Lord shall be known towards his servants, and his indignation is righteous anger towards his enemies. The Most High has enemies. They're our enemies. We hate who he hates. You're not going to force us to hate, to love who the Most High hates. No. Perfect hatred. Verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. You're gonna get it. Let's close the book for this lesson. I'm stretch it any further. You've been listening to part 2. This is not a test. There's a fire in the building. Shalom till the next lesson. We fear our power. We don't fear no guy.